Guys, if you're new here, then you don't know about me feeding the birds. And this probably looks crazy, but it's been part of my morning ritual for the last several months. I just started giving crows dog kibble, and apparently they love it. So this is your sign to start feeding the birds. Of course, I asked ChatGPT to help me make a packing list for Japan because I was a little overwhelmed. And also, I'm the type of person who hates overpacking, and yet somehow I always overpack. It's kind of crazy, but literally these were the only other shoes that I brought besides my black Sambas, which I basically wore 24/7 on the trip. And that was really smart because I didn't need to bring a bunch of shoes, and we walked 15,000 steps minimum every single day. So it was really important to me to just have comfortable shoes, even if they weren't the most attractive. One thing that is really important to me when I'm traveling, especially for a long time, is making sure that I have everything I need for my skincare routine that I would do at home. So even if that means checking a bag to pack the larger size of my skincare products, that's what I do because I just don't like feeling homesick. And there's something about having everything I do for my normal routine with me on the go that really helps alleviate any sort of homesickness or sadness that I have being away from my own apartment and away from Marlon. This is not sponsored, but I wish that it were because I love my Away suitcases. I've had that pink one for 6 years now, and our whole family uses Away suitcases. It's the best. Plus, my favorite flight hack that I just discovered, you guys, pack a pair of slippers in your carry-on bag. It made such a big difference, and I was so cozy in my little socks and slippers and sweatsuit when I changed halfway through the 14-hour flight. It was just the best.
We are now approaching the runway and have deployed the landing gear. Our flight attendants have prepared Kush and codeine for all aboard Flight 93. We thank you for choosing Ice Cream Airlines and hope to see you soon.
I cannot believe that I made it to Japan. How exciting. Literally, this was the most giddy I've felt in so long. And it doesn't hurt that Zachary books legit the best hotels in the world. He finds the fanciest, best hotels. Look at the toilets, guys. They literally open up on your own as soon as you open the door. And there are bidets everywhere in Japan. Even my flight, on the airplane, the toilets had bidets. But look at this, a TV in the bathroom. How amazing. It's honestly the little things that I'm like, Lexi, you need to get out more. Here's a sentence I literally never thought I would say. I have been dying to go to 7-Eleven. Dying in Japan only though, I don't go to 7-Eleven in the States, and I bet you don't either, so don't come for me. Look at all of the variety of snacks, sweets, treats, meats, eats, everything you could ever want. I mean, fish cakes with cheese, I didn't necessarily want that, so I didn't try that. And I basically stayed away from the seasoned quail eggs and anything kind of dried and fishy. Zach picked out these pickled plum treats in the middle, you guys, and they were so gross. I hate to break it to you, but they were disgusting. I spit them out. But because we got in so late, we just decided to order room service for dinner and then call it a night. And it was a great move. I couldn't sleep, so I went to 7-Eleven and got a few things. Basically my vending machine in Japan. It's 5 a.m. No one's really out. I've been up since 3:30. I'm so excited to be here. Look at my fresh-faced husband. Guys, I met my husband in Japan. And I'm gonna take him back to the States with me.
The next stop is Shinjuku.
This hotel was great because it was centrally located and like close to all the action and closer to Tokyo than we were before in Yokohama. But you'll see that this room is very compact, and we learned that a lot of the hotel rooms in Japan are pretty compact. It'll definitely give you that kind of like New York City vibe where everything is really squeezed in there. But it was super nice to have a great sized bed, a washer and dryer in this place, which we totally took advantage of, especially because Zach had been in Thailand for the previous 2 weeks before we met up in Japan. So that boy definitely needed to do some laundry. And look, you guys, another bidet. I was really excited about our dinner reservation, but we needed a snack. So I got a quick tuna mayo onigiri from 7-Eleven, and then we decided to head out so we could get on the train and go to the Bellwood, which was this crazy kind of like speakeasy bar that I found doing research when I was planning what we were going to do in Japan. But it has a 4-person omakase experience that you can get in the back of the bar. So like the drinks were amazing. We had these cocktails before we got our table ready. But the food, you guys, it was 12 pieces of nigiri. Each piece of nigiri was inspired by a different cuisine around the world. So, like something from France, something from Morocco, something like Mexican, Peruvian, something Thai. It was all so delicious, but this one was my absolute favorite. And this one was really crazy too. It was like uni rice, an egg that she infused with something else, and then like truffles shaved on top. That was hands down
Best meal I've ever had.
the best meal we have ever had in our entire lives. Ever. It was quite possibly the most unreal experience. The hands, let me tell you, it was. Zachary? What do you think? Babe.
Yeah, everybody was like the best bite of anything we're doing. So.
The best bite of it. And everything, like you said, was so accurate.
It was so
like we, the other random people with us through sushi, and
they were like able to capture the taste of like a New York bagel.
There were concepts that I was like, oh, they're gonna fuck this up for sure. Then they did not. They did not. So go to the Bellwood. Wow. It was the most amazing experience, and I'm so happy we got to do it together. That's beautiful. And it's 8 a.m. I need my tuna mayo onigiri. Okay, I just got back from Family Mart, so let's do a little haul. I've been obsessed with the tuna mayo onigiri, but they didn't have it, so I got the hand roll, a Coke because I'm a little hungover. Most excited to make this drink with a cup of ice, this little fiber drink, and these grape jellies. So let's make it. Oop. Okay, so you buy a cup of ice. Oop. Hello. Oop. Oh, is it grapefruit? Pour it in here. I should have gotten 2 of the minis. And then you put these little grape jellies in.
definitely should have gotten 2 of the 5-bar minis. It's supposed to be amazing. Wow, that's really good. Wow, that's really good. Okay, now we're gonna eat our little tuna mayo hand roll. That's so good. Oh, I love it. It's so good. It's like perfectly plain. Perfectly plain in the best way.
What's it in?
Tuna and their mayo. Their cuckoo mayo.
Okay, so then it was time for us to head out and explore once again. And we went to Harajuku during the day. And it was a little overstimulating, but kind of in the best way. I mean, I was just so happy everywhere we went, every single day. And Zach and I were not really like big shoppers. So it wasn't too tempting to buy everything. But when we see little toys that we think Marlon will like this little bread toy, we have to stop and check it out. Also, we love this YouTube couple. They're called Sam and Victor, and they live in Tokyo now. I think they used to live in Hong Kong. In any case, I learned about these capsule toys from them and their YouTubes.
That's so small.
Oh my god, we got My Melody. We didn't get Hello Kitty, and that's okay. It is so small and so cute.
Then we decided to go to this cafe that I saw on TikTok, and it has gone completely viral, and you will see why in about 2.2 seconds, you guys, because I've never been someone who cares too much about latte art, but look at this 2D and 3D latte art that they do. Customized, by the way. You can literally show them a picture of, I think, just about anything, and they will recreate it however you'd like on a latte, 2D or 3D. So obviously we had to get both, and of course we showed them a picture of Marlon, and we were like, please recreate our son.
My son. That's my son.
After we had a cutie little cocktail at this speakeasy bar with really good music, by the way, we decided to check out another shrine at night because obviously it's a lot less crowded in the evening. And I think that one of Zach's favorite parts of the trip was visiting the shrines because we checked so many out, and it's just so cool seeing like all this history, and he had a lot of good ones on his list, and it was just nice to kind of see what Shinjuku looked like at night. The Muji store was huge and way too crowded, if I'm being honest. And look at this crazy Godzilla statue they have in what feels like their version of Times Square, but I think it's Shibuya Crossing. And it was just like really funny and kind of cool. Then we found this amazing little ramen restaurant. Everyone says to go to Ichiran, which I think is totally smart and great, whatever. This place, Ramen Hero, only seats like 10 people at a time, and it was so delicious. You can customize your broth, your noodles, your toppings, literally everything about it, and it was so good. Obviously, it was hands down the best ramen I've ever had. I got a rich beef broth with thick noodles, and my mouth is watering just looking at this and editing the vlog now. If you're ever in Japan, go to Ramen Hero. Trust me on this one. Then, after dinner, it was time to explore a little more on the way back to the hotel. Look at the 3D cat billboard. It's so cute. I'm sure you've seen it on TikTok, and if not, here it is. It's so cutie. And then there's this government building that was actually really close to our hotel we were staying at. And I guess every night or weeknight, they project this kind of light art show onto the building, including this whole Pac Man scene. It was really cute and fun. And honestly, we just kind of like laid in the grass and watched this light show, which was a perfect nightcap before heading back to the hotel. After 2 nights in Tokyo, we decided to go to Hakone for one night. And honestly, you guys, I think this might have been my favorite stop of the trip. I really loved Kyoto, which is coming up later in this vlog, but Hakone was just so amazing. The place we stayed in particular was definitely my favorite place, probably definitely because of the private onsen, which you will see in a few. But it was nice to be in nature. We made it to Hakone. We made it. Once again, Zach completely crushed it with the hotel booking. This place was such a dream. Everything is so clean and sleek and open. I love that they give you little shoes and slippers to wear around so you never have an excuse for wearing your dirty shoes from the outside in the clean hotel. They had amazing bath products, by the way. I lived in this little like pajama set that they gave us. And even though it's kind of funny sleeping in separate beds, it was very comfortable and all the blankets have been so plush. Look at the little private balcony and onsen that we had. It was absolutely unreal. And I fully lived in this little bath while we stayed here. It was only one night and I basically spent 90% of my time in this bath. I mean, I'm pretty sure we watched an HBO show out on the balcony in the bath. I spent the night in the bath. I woke up the next morning and spent time in the bath before we left the next day. It was such a treat. The water is mineral water and it just felt so detoxifying for your soul and your spirit. I am in love and I'm forever changed after spending time at this hotel. I mean, look at this little foot bath that we had. It was crazy.
I'm so happy. We got our tootsies in the foot bath. And we are in Hakone. Choo-choo, choo-choo. Choo-choo shiozu. This is what it looks like when we choo-choo shiozu.
How to say a twin we got locked in Japanese? 集中しようぜ。集中しようぜ。集中しようぜ。
Anyway, I just feel so blessed and rich in life to have experienced this with my own eyes and my own soul. We lived in our little kimonos. They set out a bunch of different ones that you can choose from. So some that had more like girly designs, some more masculine designs. Even the lobby of this hotel had great artwork and was just so peaceful and quiet everywhere you went. But yeah, these are the kimonos that you could choose from, and it was just amazing living in them the entire time. And if you thought I was lying about spending time in this bath, I wasn't lying. I spent every second I could in that thing.
Well, it's 5:30 in the morning.
It's 5:30 in the morning. Couldn't wait to wake up. Life is worth living.
That's right.
we're out on a walk to catch the sunrise, and I'm very excited. And it's so beautiful out here. I told you guys I was obsessed with this bath. Anyway, I had to fit in a quick one before we were heading up to this volcano on a ropeway, which I learned I'm afraid of. I knew that I was afraid of heights, but I didn't expect to be so scared of taking this ropeway. You guys, I'm pretty sure I was silent the entire way up there, but the views were so insane. If you go to Hakone, which you should, you have to check out Owakundai at Mount Hakone. It's this crazy area where you can see all this volcanic activity and this like sulfur reserve basically, and it's just really kind of breathtaking. We got really lucky because the visibility was so clear and I just had never seen anything like it. Obviously unbelievable to be able to see Mount Fuji in real life with our own eyes. And then of course we had to try these black eggs, which are just regular chicken eggs, but they get boiled right in the hot springs of this crazy area. And the shells turn totally black because of the sulfur and the iron in the water. It's this whole chemical reaction thing. But don't worry, even though it smells a little bit sulfury, they taste just like a normal hard-boiled egg. And the best part is that local legend says if you eat one, you add 7 years to your life. So it's definitely a must-get specialty when you're in Hakone. Okay guys, that is it for part 1 of my Japan vlog. I hope you've enjoyed traveling with me to Yokohama, Shinjuku, Hakone, and next we will be going to Kyoto, Osaka, and back to Tokyo. Love you guys. See you in the next vlog. Thanks so much for being here, and make sure to comment below with any of your favorite spots to check out in Japan. Love you. Bye.